guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. So today is National Name Your Car Day. So this is the card I ended up creating. I'm taking the Spellbinders muscle car, and honestly it took me so long to figure out how to put this card together, so I ended up having to watch a tutorial about how to put it together. I also had to look at the actual image itself, and then I was also watching my friend Debbie J go live, so I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing, so there are some little bits and pieces here and there on the card that I mistaked, but everything I used will be linked in my description for you guys. Now, I don't actually have a car anymore, but for some reason, it's a thing that I've always done. It's where I've named my dad's cars. So, like, I think it started when I was, like, maybe 10 or 11, when I started naming his cars. So the first car I obviously named was his Ford Mondeo. And the only reason I named that one was because I knew instantly when I saw that car it was my dad's, because he had modifications done to it. So instead of having one singular exhaust, it had two, and then his license plate ended in goo. So anytime I saw that, I knew it was my dad. And then that car actually got crashed into the back of when it was parked outside our front door. So we ended up getting a Ford Fiesta as a temporary car, and I just called that the annoyance car because it had the seatbelt safety thing. So unless your seatbelt was clicked in, it would beep constantly. And it wasn't just the driver's seat that did it, it was every seat in the car. So even though, like, if it was just me and my dad in the car, we had to plug in all four seats that weren't being used. Otherwise, the car wouldn't stop beeping. So that was really annoying. So I hated that car. Then he actually bought a second-hand Land Rover off somebody that he used to work with. So I can't remember what year it was, but it was like a navy green color, and it was that old, it actually needed like cooking oil to be poured into it to keep it going, because it was just so tattied and just not working well. So I loved the smell of that car, really, because every time, obviously, we started the ignition, it smelled like a chippy, or cooking chips, and it was so funny. But I used to call it the tank just because of how rustic and old it was. Then he got his next Range Rover, which was, I can't remember what year that one was either, but it was a blue class one, and I called that one the Space Shuttle because it had so many buttons to push on the inside, like it was insane, so we just named it that. Then he got a diesel Range Rover, which was a 2018 make at the time, and I think that's probably one of my favorite cars before my dad obviously destroyed it by putting, a roof rack and ladders and stuff and getting paint everywhere inside it. I think that was my favorite car, so we called that one the Beast because it drank diesel like no tomorrow. Then my dad got a Fiat Diablo, which was a van, and that one was a blue one, and we just called it the Dodgem because no matter, like, if we had loads of weight in the back or we had no weight in the back, it just felt like we were always swaying and just being close called to each corner. It was just a weird car. And then he now has his 2023 Citroen van, and I just call it the white van man because it's just your generic standard white van for work. So yeah, my dad's had quite a few cars that I've named. So let me know, guys, in my comments if you've named your car, and if you do, what's it called and why. My dad actually asked me a couple of weeks ago, because he was watching a TV program called Bangers and Cash, which is like a car auction thing, and he's like, if you could have any car, what would it be? And I don't think he was expecting the answer I gave him, so I told him that I wanted a bubble car. So if you guys have not seen a bubble car, it's basically a car that opens at the very front, so like where the windscreen is, you lift that up to get in, And it's that light, you can actually lift it and pull it with your hand. But I don't know, something about it just seems like a little fun card to have. So, but yeah, let me know, guys, what your dream cards are. So yeah, I'm going to insert some music. I'll speed this entire process up, and I hope you guys enjoy. Bye, guys.